Ramesh, right now the markets the way they are, what do you have to say about the valuations? Overheated? Okay to do equity deals? Are the investors really going to put in money at these levels if companies come out with their papers?
So in general, if you look at consumers, if you look at the BFSI space, and if you look at pharma, IPOs or new equity investment, I would classify them as high entry, high exit. So therefore, you're not going to get stuff cheap in India.
Yes.
So in general, if you look at IPOs that we do, and if you look at the trading that happens, the average multiple is 17 and keeps going north. So I don't think that trend is going to change.
So these sectors that you mentioned are safe havens.
But bulk of the deals have happened in this
space only.
So you will see. But having said that, I continue to say this, and I would like to emphasize it even today, that the IPOs we see and the ones that attract good quality investors are ones where there is high ROE.
Yes.
There is a meaningful good business model. So they are number one or number two. And there is theme of growth left. So it's the combination of ROE and growth that's making them pay a high multiple. And obviously the last one is high management quality.
Of course.
And you know what we are always mindful of is, it's not anymore that a sectoral theme flies in the capital market. So number one and number two player may fly, number three and number four player may not go through, because his financials or the economics are not as good as the first and second player.
Yes.
So I would give a lot of credit to the portfolio investors. Having done about 25-30 deals over the last 2 calendar years, they always keep you on the edge on pricing.
Yes.
So anything which is not fundamentally palatable, I think they're pushing back.
I'll just add to that. I mean, if you think about it, there are 3 points that I want to make. The first is that, while there is this perception about valuation, if you look at some of the data points, if you look at the last 5-year average in terms of 1-year forward P multiple, it is 14.6. Today we are trading at about 16.3. Yes, it is on the higher side, but it's about 10 to 12% from higher than the 5-year average. So in that sense, it's not as if it's like 40%, 50% higher. So that's point number one. The second analysis that we really did, and we show this to a lot of our international clients when they're looking to invest in India, is to draw the comparison between the growth and the P multiple. And if you look at the PEG ratio, again, you will find that most of the industries are actually lying on the median line when it comes to PEG. So in that sense, it's not as if it is drastically out of the ordinary, even in compared to a lot of the other emerging economies, so to say. And the third point that we really make is that, and this is true across industries in India, is that the multiples at which the number one or number two trades is very, very different from the average company that trades in that industry. So, you really again can't make necessarily always a comparison against the average company in any industry. The leaders in an industry always trade at a much, much higher multiple.
Oh yes, that point taken, and the investors also buy it at those prices, so that itself is a very big yardstick. But sort of how much of an international advantage do you get with the kind of tie-ups that Kotak Investment Banking has overseas, and what do you think about the outbound or the cross-border M&A for this year?
For us as Kotak, I think cross-border M&A has been a key focus of attention for us. Even if you think about all of the advisory transactions that we do today, 70% of our business is cross-border. So, so that's been a key focus intention for us. We have been focusing on almost all geographies, but key areas of interest are Japan, US, and now Europe. So we work very, very closely with our alliance partners. And in that context, we announced 3 transactions earlier this month. All 3 transactions were done with alliance partners in some shape or form at this point in time. So it's a key area of focus for us.
Each of these geographies and joint venture partners of yours, where are most number of inquiries coming in from, and for which sector?
Yeah. So it's fairly bottom up, but having said that, Japan is an area where we do a lot of work, so to say. So between Japan and India, our transactions have been a lot in 3 sectors very broadly, which is industrials, infrastructure, and consumer has been the other big area of interest when it comes to between Japan and India. When you think about US and India, it's slightly broader. In that sense, it is technology, it is TMT. These are the sectors where there is a lot of activity, and of course consumer.